Hi, I'm out here with the Dwarf II telescope. We're going to be trying to image the Green Comet that's currently up about right there using our phone and the Dwarf II. Now, it's currently got full moon, so I'm going to be trying to do a time lapse rather than trying to stack the image simply because there's a lot of light, because as you can see, I'm basically surrounded by snow. The first thing I did was actually let the Dwarf II cool and then run it through its Astro Dark library routine, which then removes any hot pixels from the images I was going to get from the camera. So I've hit the calibration frames and the telescope is going to go and try to calibrate itself. To figure out where it is on planet Earth in relation to the sky. Now, this is relatively easy and I don't have to actually do anything to do this other than to make sure that I have the telescope when I start pointing up in the sky where there is some stars and making sure that if it does point toward me or something, I move out of the way. Now, it is going to take about 2 to 3 calibration frames. So now it's calibrated, and I'm also wearing gloves because it's negative 27 degrees Celsius out here, and it's cold, and I didn't realize it for the first few seconds. So now that it's calibrated, I'm going to tell it to go to the comet. Now, so in the settings, there is a catalog. However, since the comet is not a stationary object in the night sky and it moves, I'm going to have to actually get it manually based on where it is exactly right now, which I'm going to pull up this website and it's going to kick out the number and I'm going to somehow memorize that number and put it into the thing. 7, 41, 15. And now the dwarf is going to point exactly at the comet, which it's going to then plate solve to make sure that it actually is pointing precisely at the comet, which is really nice because by plate solving, it should put the comet pretty much center of the screen. This is a nice step up from other goto systems where without plate solving, they get close, but they don't always nail the target. And there you go. We can see the comet right in the middle of the screen. That was pretty damn easy. So setting wise, I'm going to change the setting to 15 seconds and I'm going to take a photo. This is going to take 3 photos and stack it, and this is going to show me where the comet is and hopefully some of the comet trail so I have an idea of where I want to place that comet in this shot to get as much of the train as possible. And this is why I highly recommend the Dwarf II for beginners who want to try to do astronomy or astrophotography and want to get some pictures. Because while there is visually some very good options under $500, from an astrophotography standpoint, this is extremely affordable and dead simple to use. And ultimately, as you can see in this picture, this is about 45 seconds of imagery. I have the comet, I'm ready to go. And now since it's negative 27 degrees outside, I am going to set up this to image a whole bunch of comets by going to more and saying, I would like 500 of these, thank you very much. And I click go. So now that the Dwarf II is fully automated, I can now go back inside where it's warm and it's going to sit here and track the night sky and take a series of 500 images or until the battery dies of that night sky in that location, which is going to show the comet moving across the sky. Now in later firmware updates, I think you'll have the possibility to track the comet, so it'll actually track the comet instead of actually the star field, but right now I am on the iOS beta and the tracking software hasn't been ported over from the Android yet. But that's okay because I do actually want the comet moving through the night sky rather than the night sky moving through the comet. One of the nice things about the Dwarf is that I can actually check it from inside the house. It's not too far away that it won't work. And give it a second. And there we go. We now can see that the Dwarf is still working outside, that there is 64% power left. It is still tracking the star field around the comet as it's traveling through the night sky. This is absolutely amazing and definitely a really nice feature on a cold night where I don't want to be outside. Here is the time lapse of the comet as it passes over zenith, and you can see here that the Dwarf II does a pretty good job of tracking it over about a period of 90 minutes before the battery finally gave up in the extremely cold weather. Now if you are interested in buying the Dwarf II Smart Telescope, I do have an affiliate link in the description below where it doesn't cost you any more, but I get a small commission per sale that helps me fund this channel and make cool content and basically have gas money to drive out to dark locations when the moon isn't up ruining the night sky. And if you have any questions about the Dwarf 2 and want to know if it's right for you, please leave me a comment down below or check out this playlist where I'm basically running through all the cool things that you can do with the Dwarf 2 telescope, because I want to fully test out this amazing little device and show you how capable it is for such an affordable price.